Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC. Now recently I made some content on my travel EDC. Took 3 bags away with me, and one of the bags that I took away, which, I mean, rule of thumb is if I'm going away and I'm traveling abroad, generally I will always take this bag. This is the Helikon Tex Bushcraft satchel. As far as an EDC bag is concerned, I take this everywhere with me. It's a great bag. It's designed for bushcraft, and we'll have a look at today at some of the features that are on this. But when I made that content, a lot of people were like, hey Moorlander, you know that they also make, this is the bushcraft satchel, but did you know that they make the bushcraft haversack? Of course I did, because I own one of those too. So I thought what we do today is just to make sure, if anybody was wondering what's the difference between the bushcraft satchel and the bushcraft haversack is, that we'd have a look at the differences between the two, and similarities I guess. So yeah, let's get into it. Now quickly, so that we know that we're all singing from the same hymn sheet, the one on the left hand side here, this is the Helikon Tex Bushcraft Satchel. The one on the right hand side here, this is the Helikon Tex Bushcraft Haversack. I thought what we'd do is, quickly we can go through the similarities between the two, and then we'll have a look at the differences after that. Now this is the satchel. They are both made from the same material. This is made from 500D Cordura. The haversack is made from the same material as well. All of the webbing on this is a very nice high quality webbing. It's more of your mil-spec webbing than say something like seatbelt webbing, but that makes sense. It's an outdoor hardy kind of pack that is designed to take the elements, not necessarily a kicking, but you want to make sure that it stays in the condition that it's in for as long as possible. It has a DWR coating. Both of these do have a DWR coating on here. Now I have washed this several times, so the DWR coating is starting to kind of come off a little bit, but all you need is some proofing and then you can put it back on to it and you're not going to have any difficulties. Now as far as the rain is concerned, both of these in a light to medium rain work incredibly well, and water will just brush off them. They're both available in plenty of different colours. The haversack, this is the newest one of the two. I think this is available in say 7 or 8 different colours. You've got a load of flat colours, and then you've got a few like this where you've got you have these black highlights, and then it's OD green on the front. Whereas this one, the satchel itself, this one comes in lots and lots and lots of different colours. There's plenty of different colours. There are also different camos as well. So you definitely get a lot more options with the satchel as far as colours that you do over the haversack. All of the buckles on here, these are Woojin buckles. I like Woojin buckles mainly because, one, they're very tough, but they're also reasonably inexpensive as well. So it's nice that they use those. You save a little bit on there. Both of the straps are identical as well. It uses this really nice wide 2-inch webbing, so that if you're out and about for the day and you've got this on your shoulders, then you get very little wear on your shoulders and whatever it is that you're carrying them on. Some people, I know, certainly when I made the first piece of content on this, they were kind of, well, it can rub against the side of your neck a little bit, but I think that's a lot with a lot of straps. If you really wanted to, there are those padding straps that you can buy for these, or you can get a third-party padding strap, put it onto it. As long as it's wide enough that you can fit 2-inch webbing onto it, then I think you're good. Me personally, it's few and far between on the days when I found that it's been wearing on my neck, and you know, I've had any discomfort from either of these two. Especially this one, I've owned this now for at least 2 or 3 years. I have 2 other colours of this as well. This is one that I always bring out because this is one that everybody's seen. In fact, it's the dirtiest. I took this away and it's got bits of suntan lotion on it, but yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that, but I thought it was important just to note. Now the differences wise, hopefully you'll notice one of the first differences, and that is the size between the two. The Satchel is a 17 litre bag. I'll leave the exact measurements down here. For me, I always tend to carry too much. It's just something that I do. I know I do it, I know I should carry less, but 17 litres is great. The Haversack is only 8 litres, so you can fit roughly half the amount of here into this. So it's definitely something that you need to consider if you're the type to carry a little bit more. Now, just to kind of emphasize that point, I've filled this up with, you know, I'd say this is a reasonable amount today. The opening for this, which I do like, is so you have the double zips here on the front, and then it opens up and the zips go into the sides where the straps are. So when you have this, it really does open nice and wide. Now, open this up. Now, this isn't a normal carry, so I brought some rope out with me mainly today because I'm going to do some filming. I needed to hang something. Then on the inside here, you have two large water bottle, make sure I get that in the light. You have these two large water bottle holders, one on this side and then one exactly the same on the opposite side. These are awesome. So if you have one of these large Nalgene bottles, and this is something that I just want to show. So I'm simply going to hold the bag, I'm going to hold this, and I'm just going to put it in there. Fairly simple. On this side I have a little kind of cooking set. Now, it's not a big cooking set, it's one of these, what is it? I think this is half a litre. Oh, I can't get it out. Anyway, not particularly big, it comes in there, you can put all of your fire starting kit in, you know the deal. So, same again, all I'm going to do is hold on to this side, there's that pocket in there, push it in, and then we're in. Fairly simple to do. The Haversack, the opening on this, pop this open, it does have on the inside here, it has a similar water bottle holder. Now, if I take the same water bottle, because I know the other one won't fit, and if I try and put this in with one hand, it really is, it's impossible to do with one hand. To do it with two hands, you have to hold the side of the bag, pull the water bottle bit out, and then push it in to be able to get it in. If you're walking around a lot with this and you're taking your water bottle out to have a drink every now and again, you know, drink, put it back in, you have to use two hands to put it in there, which is unfortunately a downside with this one. But we will get back to that. So you have these large water bottle pockets on the sides, and then on the back here there is also another little pocket which I have some flashlights and stuff in, because I'm going to be doing some flashlight stuff today. That's kind of it on the inside. It's fairly simple, just those two on the side and then this bit here across that bit there. Now, did I have a knife in here? I do have a knife in there. Let's just put that out to the side. The other storage on the front here, there is a large pocket which is great. You can put all of your stuff into. I keep dog walking bags and that sort of stuff in there. And then on the back, fairly clean back. There's no additional pockets or zips or anything on the side. Round the sides though, so if you can see this piece of webbing here, this webbing goes all the way down the side, all the way across the bottom, and then all the way through the side here. So if you're concerned about putting some weight, oh Mr. Tree, let's put you back there. So if you're concerned about putting weight into here, that really does help to stabilize the weight that's in it. Then on the side, you have these pass-through pockets. So you have two pass-through pockets, and the reason I have my knife is one pass-through pocket, you put it there, it's sewn at the bottom to stop things from falling out. On this side, it isn't sewn on the bottom, so if you have a camp axe or whatever it is that you want to pass through there, then you can carry longer items. On the opposite side, I'll put this back to this orientation again, you have exactly the same. You have a pass-through one, and then you have one that you can put things into and it will stop it there at the bottom. Very simple. I think that is the beauty of this one, is in its simplicity. It's just a large bag for you to throw things in and out of very easily. The zip top on the top here though doesn't offer a lot of protection to the elements. If it's raining, this isn't an AquaGuard zip, this is just a standard YKK zip. If water does get onto this, there is a chance that it might leak through because, well, there's no storm hood or anything like that to it. So that's the Satchel. Then we have the Haversack. So let's put the Haversack and we'll close this again. Now the closure on this, which I do like, it's a nice bit of a throwback. Remember that, what's the name of the webbing? Damn it, I forgot the name of the webbing. The webbing that the British Army used to use. In fact, leave your comment below. Let's see who's the first one that can remember the webbing that had all of these little clips on there. It had a dual clip, so you could either close it that way, so you had to pull up, or you could kind of do that double thing where you doubled it and then it was easier just to kind of pop open. So yes, it has one of these classic British buckles on the front. If you want to open this, then you just kind of pull it up and it will open. It does mean sometimes it's a bit of a fiddle to close, because what you have is you have this kind of lock here, you have this bit that you have to pass over that, and then behind there you then have to put that through it to be able to do that. It's a bit of a faff, and it can be a faff sometimes if you want to do that one-handed. If you want to do it with gloves, it's even harder, which, you know, it has its advantages and its disadvantages. But with this one, rather than having a zip onto the main pocket, instead you have this flap which opens out that gives you instant access to everything inside here. Again, if you prefer a zip and you're worried about things getting into it, the Satchel might be better. If you're happy with that and you want to get easier access to things, then maybe the Haversack might be slightly better. Now at this point, I know a lot of you will be thinking, how do you stop the rain from getting in? And the beauty of this is, so if you look on the side here, so this is the top of the flap, there's a fly on me, and then here is the top of the actual bag itself. So when this comes down, automatically it covers the top of that, which I think is great. They've engineered this perfectly. In the time that I've been walking with this, I've not had any issues with water getting into here and just bits of crap or anything. It works very well. Now on the insides of here, you also have some of this plastic, or at least, sorry, sewn into the sides of here, you have some reinforced plastic, which means that as this comes down, it always sits into that corner really well, which again stops any water from being able to get in there or any dirt or anything. When you're on the inside, you have this pocket here, which is where you can put some water in, but it's only on this one side. It's not on this side. You don't get water bottle pockets on each side. At the back, there is a nice pocket with a zip that you can put things into, a D-ring, which you get, so you get that rear pocket on there, whereas with this one, there is also another zip pocket here on the front. So if I open this up, you have your main pocket, you have a zip pocket here, and then you have an additional zip pocket here. So if you do like to keep things separate, maybe as you're doing some foraging and this is open, that's one of the beauties of this as well, is that when you've got this on, because you have these kind of reinforced sections here on the side, if you fold this back against it and then just have this open whilst you're walking around, you can get into this and out of this a lot easier than you can do with the Satchel. So that's another kind of point on the side of the Haversack. D-ring, did I mention the D-ring? Because you have a D-ring here, so if you want to attach anything to that. But the beauty of this as well is that you also have a secondary pocket here on the front, and there is a second D-ring here, so maybe you might have a tool or something that you want to keep on here. Maybe you'll keep your firelighter on here, maybe you have a compass, you want to keep them separate, then you can do that there as well. This front pocket comes down across the front here. On the front it is lined, but then on the back, if I open this up, hopefully you'll be able to see there that we have some hook and loop. So if you're in a country certainly where you need to worry about wolves, you need to worry about elk, you need to worry about bears, you could CCW or attach something to the front of here, or if you have certain pouches that you want to be able to easily swap in and out that have Velcro on the back, then you can attach these to this front section as well. There's a lot more storage option in this. If you're the type that likes to make sure that you've got certain tools, certain items in certain areas of the actual pack itself, whereas with that one it's literally just like a large bag for you to throw things into, then you might find that the Haversack is a little bit better. Now I know I missed this before, certainly when I was talking about Simlites. Oh, I forgot to say, so there is another zip pocket here on the back. Similarities wise, so on the side, if I turn that this way again, now the way that this one works is, one side you have a full pass-through, hopefully you'll be able to see that knife goes all the way through, and then on the other side you have one that doesn't go all the way through. So with the Haversack, with the Satchel, whether you're left-handed or left or right-handed, you have a pass-through and a pocket, whereas with this one you have a pocket on one side and a pass-through on the other side. There's something else I was just about to say. What was it? What was I going to say as well? What was it I was going to say? Oh yes, that was it. So with the actual Satchel itself, so the Satchel is a single piece of this cordura that goes all the way around. Zero padding in this whatsoever. Whereas with the Haversack, I'm getting confusing myself at the moment. With the Haversack, this back panel here and this bottom panel here has actually got some padding in here, maybe say 2-3 mil thick padding. One of the things that I do like about this one as well is if you've got nothing in here, you can use this as a sit mat. It's great for that because it does help to protect that. Or if it is that you are foraging or you put in rocks, maybe, I don't know why you'd be putting rocks in it, if you're making a campfire or whatever. If you put things that are that might possibly bump into your hips in here, then you do get some padding from your back to make sure that it doesn't bang against you. Whereas with the Bushcraft Satchel, you don't get that. One of the beauties of the Satchel is though, that if you want to put this, if you want to roll this up, I know I've got a lot of stuff in here at the moment, but if you roll this up, it rolls up into a really, really super small, you can put this into another bag and it takes up next to no room at all. This is half the volume of that, but when I roll this up, this one is even smaller when it's rolled up. Again, just some additional points if it's something that you think about using this as a secondary bag when you're using it with other bags. Now I know at this point everybody, when you get to the end and there's a bit of a comparison, everybody wants to know which one the Moorlander prefers. On paper I should prefer this one, however, this is the one that I use the most. This is the one that I've owned the longest. This is the one that I even have 3 different versions of the same bag. Just because I liked the other colours. Yeah, I like this that much. Now that's not to say that there's anything wrong with this. I know I mentioned the water bottle holder inside it being difficult. That's a very, very easy fix. If Helikon Tex are watching this, you can fix that very easily. You just need to make it exactly the same dimensions as the other one. It doesn't mean that you can't put your bottles in there, it's just tricky to put your bottles in there. With this one though, I know I say a lot. The fact that I can put 17 litres worth of stuff into here, half the time I don't need 17 litres. I always overcarry, I always overpack. It's a shoulder that I have to bear, a cross that I have to bear. but it's great. And also, if there's nothing in this, it's just pretty much empty. This one does exactly the same, but there's just a little bit more kind of rigidity to this. Of the two, when this is empty, it kind of feels a little bit lighter, even though there's really not much difference between the two. I will say though that whichever one you do get, hopefully now that you've seen the differences between the two, and you can make more of an informed decision for yourself, whichever one you do get, as far as the Satchel or the Haversack, they are again both very nice products from Helikon Tex that have just kind of proven that they make great gear. Now, at this point, this one, I've bought 3 of these, and I bought them all myself with my own money, whereas this one was sent to me from Military First. I've worked with Military First for the last 5.5 years nearly. They're an awesome company here in the UK, but they post all throughout the world. They have one of the largest stores of Helikon Tex products outside of Helikon Tex themselves. They're great here in the UK mainly because if you're purchasing here in the UK, I think it's €21 from Helikon Tex just to have it delivered here, so it's nice that you have that. They have all of the colours and so on and so forth. There's also a link below as well, so if you use the code Moorlander 10, you get 10% discount off any non-sales items. Now it's important that I stress that point because they do have a lot of sales through the year. If it's already 30% off, it doesn't give you 30% plus an extra 10. It's only off non-sales items, but you can use that and it'll help you to save some pennies. So yes, a huge thank you to Military First. I'll leave their links below. I'll also leave some of my social media links here on Moorlander EDC and my city channel Moorlander Tactical. But for now, as always, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC. About my travel EDC, and one of the things that I always take with pants are falling down. Must have too much in my pockets, or well, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know where that was going to go. Maybe a Joe Biden then. Right. Bloody camera. And Haversack, although they're very similar, and you will find that some satchels do. I did a hiccup again. Helikon Tex Bushcraft Satchel, which I will hopefully just remember to refer to as the Satchel. The one on the right hand side here, this is the Helikon Tex Bushcraft Satchel Haversack. Damn it. Horrible shadow there, isn't it? We can't have that shadow there like that, youth. You can't have that there like that, mate. No, that ain't gonna work. That's a better shot. Question of the day is, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the larger capacity, or do you prefer something that you've got a little bit more kind of storage options in here? Which one, you know, which one do you prefer? Which one do you prefer? Answers on the postcard to Blue Peter at BBC. No, not the BBC. No, they're tarnished. Anyway, yes, I hope you're all having a lovely day. Not much for the bloopers today. I don't think I've messed up that much with this one. So yeah, whatever day this does go out, because I'm filming a few pieces of content today, I hope you all are having an awesome day, week, whatever, month, maybe, year. How's 2024 going? You looking forward to 2025? Yeah. See you in a bit. Did the weird finger thing again.